What's up, everybody? My name is Hillary Cobb. I'm the Executive Director of OneVoiceHome. This is Jamie Wheeler. She is the Director of Survivor Housing at Open Door, and that's Kristen Murray, and she's the Executive Director at Voice of Hope. We just kind of wanted to come to y'all and just kind of share some things that are on our hearts and on our minds. And the biggest thing that we've noticed is that yes, COVID-19 is real, we are in a pandemic, but that doesn't mean that sex trafficking and labor trafficking has stopped. It's something that's still very evident. And one thing, a phrase that we use in the world that we work in is that trafficking exists in your own backyard. And I think that that's a phrase that we all know to be true, but I think right now it's maybe truer than ever because we know that traffickers prey on individuals that are vulnerable, and there are so many people that are vulnerable due to what COVID-19 has done to so many different lives, from all socioeconomic statuses, from all cultures and ethnicities and races. We're all vulnerable, and so I think that's so important for us to keep in mind and to pay attention to our neighbors and our coworkers and our friends and our families, because we're all vulnerable, and I think that it's so important for us to be mindful of that. Another thing is that really, the thing that really, for me, that's scary is that evil thrives in chaos. And right now, there's so much chaos going on in our world amongst, just in general, but especially amongst COVID-19. And so, the thing that we know to be true is that sex trafficking is evil. It is coming from an evil place with evil motivating behind it, and so I think that that's why we have to combat it in prayer. We have to combat it from the perspective of being aware of what's going on and what's in our world, and I think that that's so important for us to remember. OneVoiceHome is not quite open yet, but we are so excited about what the rest of 2020 looks like for us. We truly believe that we are about to start climbing a mountain, and we're excited about that. But my friends over here, they're the ones that have been on the front lines the past few months, and so I just kind of want them to be able to share what it's been like to be on the front lines navigating everything that's been going on during COVID-19.
Sure, so I'm Kristen with Voice of Hope. We are the crisis intervention for any kind of sexual violence, so sexual assault or sex trafficking, and we are still doing crisis response. So if this is something that has happened to you, you still can get crisis services. You absolutely can get medical attention. We highly recommend that you get medical attention. And like Hillary was saying, this is a vulnerable time, and we know sex trafficking preys on the vulnerable. So if you find yourself in a situation that is leading you down that path, please reach out to us. We have resources. We can help you not to go down that path. We can certainly get you connected with the right people. And so if this is a time that's extra scary for you, or you find yourself in a situation that you can't handle, we are absolutely here to help.
I'm Jamie with Open Door Survivor Housing, and we are still open. Things look a little bit different right now like they do in the rest of the world, and that's one thing to know, that if you're a survivor out there, you're needing to get out of the situation, or maybe you've been out for a while but you need more of the long-term healing in your life or a chance to kind of get more stable, we're open. There are many programs that are still open. One thing to think about for those of us who are not survivors out there in the community is what this does to people who are survivors, in that a time when we're all feeling a little bit off balance, people who struggle with PTSD, people who struggle with many other mental health conditions, all of the things around us have really heightened those, and it makes it much more difficult to just get through the basic things in life. Many of the survivors in our program had finally got jobs. They've been working really, really hard to get that stability, and then lost many hours of their jobs, lost their jobs. And so it's not only the income that is a deficit here, but now it's their mental health as well. When you've worked so hard to get there, and then it feels like it was just taken from you. And so we've really had a hard time trying to keep everybody together, keep everybody feeling strong in a community. But we want you to know that we're going to be here no matter what. Whatever it looks like, we're walking through it together.